sleep in Minot, North Dakota. I am here for Y2GAY, the Pride show for this year. Very excited. Let me zoom you a little bit. The lighting in here is a whole choice. It's a whole journey. It's I've got the window closed so that people aren't just like staring in because I'm on the like main floor or whatever. But it's also like a little, and I got a new. I went to Five Below and got this little tripod thing, so we'll see how that works. The camera is almost better than trying to look in my mirror, but let me. We have some foundation on, we have some contour on, we have some concealer on. So we are well into the process. We've got for foundation, we've got this is my little mixture that I made of the Oma Beauty Say What foundation in Fair Lady TC3 mixed with Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer in Silver Lake. So I kind of pre-mixed that and put it into this air pump. I've got a couple of primers. I've got the Hard Candy Blur on Lock primer. I've got the NYX Face Glue. Those are my two primers for today. We do have some NYX Wonder Snatch concealer, and I used the Morphe, this little contour stick, this bronzer stick as contour to do my contour over on the sides. And then we've got a little bit of, this is a Morphe. I use the powder bronzer. This is Tulum Trip. And then I used a little bit of the light bronzer as well as this shimmer bronzer. We did a little bit of that on the sides for the contour. So we're going to leave that for a little while. Let me go ahead. I should have put eye primer on before I went live, but I did not do that. So here we are. So let me go ahead. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. This one's getting very low, so I'm trying to squeeze it out of the... Oh, so there we go. So we have a little bit of eye primer that we can put on. Is my camera going to be a better mirror than my actual mirror? Who can say? Here we go. So a little bit of eye primer on. I'm going to try to lift up this mirror without blocking. So we went very, very pink. If you saw my packing video, my outfits are very, very pink in general. I do have the gold outfit. I had posted that picture from my 25th anniversary look from the pool house, that little promo over on my post tab. So we do have a gold, yellow, beautiful kind of dress. And then, yeah, sorry, I just got a notification again. Nobody wants to talk to me. Hello, Cheese, how you doing? Yeah, so we are having gold and pink. There's a red dress that I think is going to work for filming. I don't think it's going to work for shows. Hello, Lawrence. How are you doing, Lawrence? Let me go ahead and switch this to all chat so I don't miss anything. There we go. We'll do that. Hello, hello. I think I need a little bit more eye primer. I am doing well. Yeah, I've got a little eye primer left there. I don't need new. Let me go ahead and grab this. This needs to go a little bit higher. To match with this side. And yeah, so last night I drove up to Bowbells, which is my hometown. I got to spend a little bit of time with Mama Champagne, and my niece Michaela was there. And so we got to visit and chat for a bit as well. So that was very nice. And my aunt and uncle who live in Bowbells. Yeah, had a nice little visit. Had my favorite pizza in the world is from the Pizza Hub in Kenmare. And it is Canadian bacon and pickle pizza. I love it. I have to get some every time I come home. And so we went out and had dinner there last night. And it was delicious, as it always is. All right, so it's so good. And what I love about it, so besides the fact that I like ham and pickle pizza anyway, but the way they do their ham, their Canadian bacon, is instead of just doing like slices, like a round ham and they slice it in little pieces or whatever, theirs is diced. So you get more ham kind of spread evenly around. They put a lot of pickles on, which was great. They put the pickles on before they bake it, which is important. They also have this I like the crust because it almost like bakes in two different ways. You're the charming fellow that can wreck a Subaru with a down payment and feel guilty because Ford Motor Company will miss you. I recognize all of those words as belonging to the English language, Yurt. I have no idea what you think you're trying to say. I'm not sure at all. And so but the crust, like, oh, it's so good. So like the bottom bakes, it's not greasy, because that's the thing is so many places their crust gets greasy. Like I don't know if they brush it with oil or butter or whatever. This is like nice and dry. It almost bakes down, crispy like a cracker, but then it's got a soft, pillowy, like bready part on top that all the toppings are on. So it's this mixture of like the squishy, bready kind of thing. Hello, Luke. How's it going? And then the crispiness on the bottom. It's so good. Hello, Gridiron. How are you doing? Yeah. So here is the eye primer. Is that hopefully somewhat. All right, so let's talk about what we've got. So, like I said, we've got gold, we've got pink, we've got a little bit of red, some red accents. So, we've got the Salem Moore palette. This is going to be kind of our main palette. This is from Gourmand Girls. Your gay hitch, my gay hitch, like a gay hitch on my car. Um, so, because you use the possessive form of that, like your possession. So, my gay hitch, I have a hitch that's gay. I don't even think I have a regular hitch. I don't think I have a hitch at all, but sure, whatever. Then we have the Warriors wear pink, which gives us some more pink tones to work into this as well. And then we have the Radioactive, which I literally brought for this shade, although we might use a little bit of this one as well. So we have a couple, and that toilet is going to run and run and run and run. So if you hear that in the background, just it's a problem. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I cannot control the environment. And that is something that is just happening in my world right now. So let's do some pink. I think I'm gonna go into Bizou. Bizus. Your gay. My gay what? Like I own the gay? Like it's my gay. If you're saying your gay as in you are gay, that is a contraction. So it would be YOU apostrophe RE. So my gay, first it was my gay hitch. Now it's just my gay. Like, is it my gay? Like I own the gay? I don't own the gay. I'm not sure what you're saying, but if it's my gay, I hope I can return him. I hope I kept the receipt because that's the last thing I need in my life right now is a man to cause problems. So let's go into a little bit of that pink. I don't know. The lighting in here is a challenge. I'm trying to think of a way to make it better, but I don't know what to do. You eat Diddy for breakfast. Dialer, they said. What? Girl, are you having a stroke? What's happening? What's happening, Gridiron? I don't know what's going on, but you are not making a lot of sense. There's a lot of words, not a lot of coherence. I hope that you get the care that you need. Let's do some pink. We like that. You love Diddy. What? I'm not actually a big fan of Diddy. I was trying to think. I think there was a Diddy song that I liked. I think there was one, but I can't remember what it is now. It's from like the 2010s. I think there was a Diddy song that I liked. Hello, Ms. Jersey. How are you doing it? That's it. I'm not paying for internet this month. Raptor. What? Okay, sure. You Chad. You a Chud. Gridiron. You remind me of Cam from Modern Family. I'll take that. Cam is delicious. I think Gridiron needs help. They seem to be having a stroke or something because they are just, they keep saying things that make no sense. Chad, Chud, Diddy. It's getting weird. You love balls across your nose. No, I'm not a fan of balls. I do not like balls. I like penis, but I do not like the balls. I'm not a fan of the balls. I find them a little bit creepy. if we're being honest. You need the help, pal. Hello, Miss Jersey. Well, if you don't like what I'm doing here, I don't know if you're aware of this. I don't know if you took those two brain cells and knocked them together to wake them up. This is free content on the internet. So you don't have to be here. It's lovely. Um, if you think that I need help, then you could go find me some help, or you could just go. You could just go. That's fine. Um, and why would you put balls across your nose? I'm just trying to like figure out like what are you doing at that point that you've got balls across your nose? I feel like once you have sex, once you actually experience the human body, I think you'll understand that like that doesn't really make sense because I'm not sure what you would be doing that balls would go across your nose. You're a boy putting your again the wrong your. I would think that you would have figured that out throughout this conversation. You're a boy putting on makeup, you chud. Yes, you have figured out that I am putting on makeup. Again, are you having a stroke? Like, I think everybody who came on here knew that I was putting on makeup. I think that's not a surprise to anybody. You seem to have treated it like a discovery. Um, Not sure what's happening. Not sure what's happening to you. Gridiron, I hope that I hope you get the help you need. I hope that there's medical care available for you. And I hope that at some point you figure out the different versions of because that just makes me sad for you. The education system seems to have failed us. Now I'm going to go into Say L'Amour, which is the darker pink. This is more of a corally pink. And I'm going to we're always kind of building the shape. So I'm kind of building the shape that I want. And so I want to have another pink to kind of blend into that bubblegum pink. Um, I think it's stupid that people try to be different than what they're supposed to be. I'm sure you have something that you think you mean by that, my dear, but I don't know what you're talking about. People try to be something that they weren't. If somebody's a doctor, they weren't born a doctor, so they tried hard to be something that they weren't already. And so I'm sure you have learned new things and you have tried new things. But people are never talking about that. They're only talking about things that they don't personally want to pursue or learn. And it's like nobody's making you learn that. Nobody's making you do that. But they just want to poo poo when somebody else wants to do it and have some personal growth or some artistic expression. And I just always wonder, like, what happens in those people's lives that they are so miserable that instead of focusing on their own likes, their own hobbies, their own interests, they would rather go find somebody else who's living their best life and criticize them about trying things they're not supposed to be. I think you were dropped on your head as a baby. Well, interesting thought. I don't really remember because I was a baby, so you would have to ask my mother. I think she would probably tell you to take a fucking seat and take off. Queer, yes. Southern mofo, yes, you're right. I do prefer queer over gay. Usually people come in, they just go gay, and I'm like, well, first of all, you have to say it with a hand gesture. It's gay. And but no, I actually do prefer the term queer. Bro, WTF, how are you doing? Well, I'm putting on makeup. I thought it was pretty self-evident that I was putting on makeup. Some people haven't experienced a lot in their life, so maybe you didn't recognize that that's what I was doing. I don't want to criticize your lack of experience in the world. Gridiron, we are going to finally get rid of you, Gridiron, because are you a boy of girl? See, I think you're speaking English, but I'm not really sure. Let me see. Let me go ahead and block you because we do not use the R slur here. So we're going to get rid of you. Let's see. All of them need to be put in a crazy place and throw away the key. Well, Etta, you can go too. We don't have to keep you. If people are going to be nice, you can stay. You're welcome to be here. This is our fun little spot on the internet. But if you're going to be a cunt, you gotta go. I'm so sorry. I'm going to move this lamp over. I'm going to hope and see if we get more. Bro, you are a man. Remember what you capable of. Well, I do know what I'm capable of. One thing hopefully what I'm capable. Oh, look at that. So what I'm capable of is doing a decent kind of smoky eye, but I don't know that I'm going to show that I'm capable of that. Are you adding purple with the pink? So I've added in kind of a corally pink. So we haven't added in any purple. This side is a little bit lower than the other one though. So I gotta go. So this is like a bubblegummy pink, and then this is more of like a, so it's these shades from the Sailor Moore palettes. This one and then this one. And it's always trust the process. So definitely, are you a Cenobite from Hellraiser? What Cenobite would I be? Because there's like Pinhead, and there's a whole bunch of them. What kind of Cenobite would I be? I would have to be a fabulous one. Um, let's see. Oh, that green looks fun. Yes, thank you. I see the baby pink. It is pretty. The green look. Yeah, so there is this kind of, this like goldy greeny kind of shade could be kind of fun. I don't know if it's going to match what I'm doing, so I may not use that one, but we'll see. Now I think I'm going to go into, do I want to go into a red? Do I want to do a red? Um, First person who knows about, oh, I'm a big, so I am North Dakota's trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. I love horror movies. And so I definitely know about the Hellraiser series. I'm going to go into the Warriors Wear Pink palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Life. This is a red, but it's not quite as like crazy red. Hello, Phoenix Rising. How are you doing? It's not quite as like really like burn it down red as the red in Sailor Moore. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to kind of sculpt out the rest of the shape. Let's see. Is that a Jeffree? Let's see. Is that a Jeffree Star palette? No, these are Gourmand Girls. So tonight we're using all Gourmand Girls. We've got the Sailor Moore, we've got Warriors Wear Pink, and we've got Radioactive. Yeah, these are pretty good. I do like Gourmand Girls. I'm kind of a fan of Gourmand Girls. I think they're pretty good. So we're going in and we're just gonna kind of, and we're gonna darken this outer corner, but I just want to get, are you a gamer? Are you aware of the oh, I did not know about an upcoming Hellraiser game. That's interesting. I was a big fan of Friday the 13th, the game. I played that a lot. I have not played Dead by Daylight. I keep thinking I should try Dead by Daylight, but I have not played that game. But I did like, I'm not a huge gamer, but there are some games that I play. I tend to play, this is something that nobody ever knows, but I love City of Heroes. They brought it back. I played it when it was live and then it got canceled. The studio like shut it down. And then there were like all these fan servers that were running like emulators and stuff, and they were still playing the game. And one of them got kind of the official sign off from NCSoft to keep going. And so I really love City of Heroes. It's kind of like World of Warcraft, but for comic book superheroes is kind of their theme. So I am a big, big fan of City of Heroes. Oh, we got lots of hearts. Hello. I had something to ask. Phoenix Rising, go ahead and ask. Show your ass, please. True Money, no. That you'll have to wait for my OnlyFans. I'm so sorry. We don't show ass on YouTube. You have to go to the paywall for that. Oh, you sweet thing. All right. So you should watch the trailer for the upcoming Hellraiser game. I will do that. That's really interesting that they're doing one. I know they have, I don't know what's happened to it. I know that, like, similar to Friday the 13th, the game, they were working on a Halloween game. And I did see a trailer for that and it looked really good. But I don't think I've heard anything since then. So I don't know if they're still working on it. I don't know if that's still a thing, the Halloween game. I don't really know, but it would be fun if it was. But I will definitely look and see a Hellraiser game. Could be really interesting. So I'm going back into Sailor Moore, that kind of corally shade, and I'm going to do a little bit more blending on here. Let's see. There's always one side that's like more arched or a little bit taller. There's always something that's out of whack. There we go. The Hellraiser game is going to be a single player story driven. Interesting. That does sound fun. I will have to look that up because I have not heard about that. I don't follow a lot of like video game channels. I used to when Mortal Kombat 1 came out because I do like some Mortal Kombat. And when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, I was following a few channels just to kind of see like what kind of updates were coming out, stuff like that. But I haven't really followed any video game channels for a little while. Hello, Janet. How's it going? It's been a wild time already, Janet. We've had some trolls. We have had some trolls, let me tell you. But we have some fun people who are chatting. Apparently, there's going to be a Hellraiser video game. Um, Gay. See, here's Diane Jorgensen. So that other person who said queer earlier, usually they just come in like Diane and they're like gay. And I'm like, you have to do it with the hand, like gay. Because you're accurate. That you're just saying something that's accurate. I know sometimes people think that that's like an insult or something, but and I prefer the term queer over the term gay, but gay works as well. Which other idiot are you? As opposed, I'm this idiot. I don't know what. I don't know what channel. I'm only one idiot, so there's only one idiot here. So I don't know which other idiot I'm supposed to be. But yeah, Janet, it's been a different crew. It's been a different crew. Don't want to be mean, but is being zesty the default setting, or is it just a trend? Gay people in the past didn't have such pronounced mannerisms. I might be. I don't know who. I don't know what you're talking about. Gay people have always been loud and in your face. At least the good ones have been. I mean, going back years and years and years, Liberace and Paul Lind, and so I don't know if you're just used to small town gays. I don't know what you're talking. We've always been zesty. We've always been a little crazy. You might be wrong, and generally you are. There's a lot of really fabulous queer history out there. What wig are you going to wear with your makeup? So I've got a few. I've got my little kind of like curly pigtail wig from the photo shoot. I'm wearing that with an outfit. I've got my yellowy hair from the photo that I posted on the post tab with the crown in it because I'm wearing that outfit again. So I've got that with the crown in it. I've got just kind of a blonde, flowy, curly wig, and then I've got Jennifer Grey pubes. So I brought my Jennifer Grey pubes wig. Um, well, it was nice having a brief chat with you about Hellraiser. Have fun with it. Well, thank you, Sparrow. It was nice talking to you too, and I'm going to look that up. That sounds interesting. I definitely want to find out more about that. At least the good ones. I don't, because I have no time for the closeted queers who are like out here just trying to blend in and like trying to appease the Republicans. Like all the good gays have been out here causing trouble and being loud for a long time. So that's what I'm talking about. Let's pick some shimmers. What do we want for shimmers? I want to leave a spot for maybe some kind of gold. Ooh, this one, Dreams. This is kind of a nice baby pink. I think we'll start this on the inner part of the eye and see how it looks. Do I want to spray this? I think I do. I love that way. Yeah, the curly pigtails. It turned out a little bit crazier than I thought it was going to, but it actually, I really like the way that it turned out. I was pretty. Or Jennifer Grey pubes. Is that the one you like? I mean, I like all my wigs. Acacia Forgot is a fabulous wig lady, and I know she's all out here getting famous and shit, but I wish that she still had time to do to do more wigs because I need more wigs. I need some new wigs, and Acacia's all busy with stuff, so now I gotta go find another new wig lady. It hurts my heart because Acacia does good work. Okay, let's get some pink on this side. Sparkly, I like that. Okay, now that we've got that pink, there is in the Salemore, this one, Boudoir. I think this one could be kind of fun because it's kind of a light red, but it's got almost like, I don't know if it's silver or almost like a blue flash to it, it looks like. I love this. Shouldn't you be supportive to the closeted ones? If you're happy the way you are, don't wish that others would feel that way too if they're on the fence. So let's parse that out a little bit because I see what you're saying. I'm not talking about people who are still going through their process of self-discovery and they just haven't come out yet. We're here to support them. Do it on your own time. I'm talking about the closeted ones who absolutely know that they are gay, but they like vote with Republicans and they like vote against their own community. And they think that if they just stay quiet and in the closet and don't cause a fuss, that like the oppressor will somehow like not hate them as much as the other gays or something. And they are betraying their own communities, and those people can fuck right off. So that's what I was talking about. Those are the like closeted ones that I was talking about. The ones who are all with their like shirtless, headless profile pics on Grinder, and then going to vote for Republicans during the week. Like, get out of here. I have no time for that. But yeah, if somebody's still just going through their journey of self discovery, absolutely, they should be supported, and we should be, here kind of holding the door open so they can come through. Hello, Flint. So there's a difference in the type of closeted ones that I was referring to, and that's so yeah, we weren't talking about the ones who are still figuring out. We're talking about the ones who figured it out and are betraying their own community. Those people can take a fucking seat. I feel like I want to do something to amp this up, but I don't know what. I don't know what. Ugh. I love red and pink together, but sometimes I just need like a wow factor to like. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what to. Oh, I know what I need. I need to go into the radioactive palette. And maybe we're going to. I think this is going to jazz it up. Okay, so I want this shade. I want Electro Love. I think this is going to be fun. So let's bring a little bit of this into the party. And let's put this on the edge. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I like it, but I feel like I need. I don't know. So far, it's just not giving me. It's not giving what I need. It's not giving. It's not eating. There are crumbs left. It's cute. It's cute, but it's not the moment that I need. What do we need? I think actually, I mean, it is a trust the pro. Sorry. I say just hold a palette in front of my face. Is that content? Me just like holding a palette and not showing you what I'm doing? So let's go ahead and do that. I think it's because I don't have enough differentiation between the shimmers and the mattes that we did up here. I feel like it's kind of a little too. It's just kind of blending together. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What is my heart's desire? What am I trying to do? I think the first thing that I need to do is let's get buck wild with this black shade. This black shade is noir. Let me get another brush and let me darken this outer corner. I think once we have some darkness in this outer corner, I think that's going to help me a lot. I think I'm going to like things a little bit better. Once we have a little bit. I have this scar right here, and you can see how it just hits that and like refuses to lay down any color. And so I have to kind of get in there and really just sort of. We're going to do this very kind of outer V triangle kind of shape to start. Halloween coming earlier, Victor. No, it's actually Pride. We have Pride weekend here in the Magic City. And so tonight is the Pride show, and I am performing. I am their special guest performer. And we're going to have a good time. Okay, so we need more. Hello, Natalie. How are you doing? Thank you. We appreciate the hearts. Let's get some more. This black. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit better as we're starting to get some of this depth built in here. This is helping me see the vision. Stretch it out. Hello, Natalie. Welcome, welcome. joining us. Feel free to subscribe. We would love to have you join us. I'm gonna bring that like halfway on the lower lash line. I'm really gonna. Okay, okay. What's the performance? So tonight it is the theme is Y2GAY. We're doing sort of a millennial, even though I'm Gen X, but we're doing a little bit of a celebration of millennial music. And so everything had to be from 1989 to 2010. And so I have a real gamut. I'm doing three songs. I have one that was released in 1989. I have one that was released in 2010 and one that was released in 2000. So I'm going all the way through there. You can't hear me, real Tanya Maria. Tanya, you can't hear me. Oh no. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. Everybody else, I think, can hear. Nobody has said anything. Is everybody else able to hear? I hope. Um, yeah, so I'm doing a little Madonna. My 1989 is a classic Madonna song. My 2010 is a Katy Perry, even though I know she's a little bit questionable sometimes. She's made some questionable choices. But yeah, Tanya Maria, I hope you can. Marie, why can't I say your name correctly? I don't know what's happening. Hello, Tanya Marie. Yeah, jump back out and pop back in. I hope that fixes it because we would love to have you here. What else do we need? I feel like I need more. I feel like I need. Let me do. So we've got that black. What if I'm gonna do a little bit of Amore? This is this kind of deep red. I'm gonna kind of buff that on the edge of the black. I'm even gonna use the same brush and just kind of like deepen up some of this. So again, it's not all just black, but I'm gonna kind of deepen outer part here. Oh, I do kind of like that. Okay. I'm a singer. No, I'm not a singer. I do sing sometimes. I do love a good karaoke night. I've been in a couple of like community theater musicals. I don't. I can do all right with the right song. I can sing okay. What I lack in talent, I make up for in enthusiasm, for sure. So I do sing sometimes, but this will just be lip sync. So this will be traditional kind of drag lip syncing. There we go. There we go. On this side, it's still looking a little bit paint by numbers. I don't know, it's not blending quite the way that I want it to. Well, that's maybe a little better. I want it to be a little smooth, a little. Yeah, I kind of like that. And I always have to remember that, like, once we get the lashes on, that's also going to do a lot of the work. Doing a little bit more of a more. So how do you perform the songs? So the songs are just played. They play the Madonna song, they play the Katy Perry song just through speakers, and we just move our mouths. It's very simple, but with all the costuming and the makeup and the jewelry, it's a very effective performance style. So yeah, we just lip sync, and we do have some performers who sing live more often, like in their. But I don't think we have any of the singers tonight. I don't think this show has any of the ones who like to do the live singing. I'm from Massachusetts. How far am I from you? I would love to support. Oh, well, you are quite a ways. I'm in North Dakota. So I am actually right plunk down in the Midwest. I'm currently in Minot, North Dakota. I'm from Grand Forks, North Dakota, but I'm in Minot tonight for the Pride show. But yeah, ooh, there we go. Yeah, this isn't looking too bad. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit of. Let me get a. Do I have a little bit of a denser brush? I'm going to go into Radioactive again. Thank you, Cheese. I appreciate that. I'm going to go into Gamma Ray, which is also from Radioactive. And I'm going to put that right where this light pink goes into that red. I'm going to put a little bit of that in and just see if that kind of wakes up the pink a little bit. Oh, it's so subtle, but I think that's what it needed. I think it needed just a little bit of something to kind of bridge that gap. I'm liking it. Okay, so we've got a little bit of that. Let's put a little bit, so you can see compared to the other one, it just kind of flows a little bit nicer. Yes, I don't. Even if you hopped in the car right this moment, I don't think you'll make it in time for our 9 o'clock showtime. But I appreciate the support. I definitely appreciate that. It's been kind of a wild year. I did sit out a couple of the Pride shows here in the state just because there have been some shenanigans with a couple of our Pride organizations. And so I sat out Bismarck. I've been their show director for about 20 years. And this was the first Bismarck Pride show that I have not been at. And it was very strange to not be there. There we go. I like that. Yeah, it's kind of coming together. I feel like I need something more. You know what I sometimes do that I think I'm going to do this time? Go into that noir shade. Block this fool. Well, Boomer, you sound like a boomer. I don't know if you know this, but this is free content on the internet. And if you don't like it, you can go. You don't even have to tell us. This is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. You can just go. You can just go. It's fine. Because this is free content on the internet. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of just a little shadow, not a lot, just a little something to kind of define this. We want a little bit of like, now can I make the two eyes match? That's always the question. That's the question. The answer is usually no. So we'll just kind of carry that up. I'll have to carry this a little bit further as well. Just to give it a little, there we go. Let's see. Oh, I've missed. There's a few that are coming in. Like this will Kakri. Hello. I hate a random asshole trying to ruin fun. Natalie, I know we get random weird trolls. It's not a problem. I've heard it all. None of them come in with anything interesting to say. He used to comb a doll's hair and do her makeup. Now he's the doll. I mean, I did have some dolls when I was a kid. I loved all kinds of toys. I mean, it was the 80s. I'm a Gen Xer. It was the 80s. We had all the best toys like G.I. Joe and Barbie and Strawberry Shortcake and the Care Bears. And I wanted to play with them all. I was not picky about toys. I wanted all the toys. And so, yeah, so there was some comb and hair. There was some rescues. G.I. Joe would ride into battle on My Little Pony. We had all kinds of fun. Hello, Alex. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in. I'm liking it better now that we've got a little bit of dark, and I think that will look a little bit less crazy. Also, once I have the eyebrows on, I think the eyebrows are going to help this a lot as well. Yes, Natalie, stick around. We would love to have you stick around. We do have good vibes here. We like to have nice chats. We like to just kind of chill and play with makeup. Sometimes we talk about horror movies. Sometimes we talk about vintage toys. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that gold shimmery pink up into here next to this black, just to kind of keep that, just to give it that shine. Hello, Chloe. Thank you, Chloe Pookie Bear. I love that name, Slay Batty. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's starting to come together. Drag makeup is always trust the process. I mean, any makeup is kind of trust the process because you have to be able to like see the vision, or if nothing else, wait until the vision finally reveals itself. Because sometimes it looks a little crazy along the way, but I'm pretty okay with this. So we did a little bit more of that, and then I'm going to bring in a little bit more of the red one because I don't want to lose all of that red shimmer as well. So we're going to go back into Electro Love. And we're going to do a little bit of that kind of right here. Yeah, we want some of that shine. That's what we want. Okay. A little bit of the red. There we go. Now I feel like I want like a weird pop of color. If you are new here, I love to do a weird pop of color in the inner corner sometimes. And I feel like I want to do that with this look because I feel like this pink and red, it's very flowing into each other. Like it all makes sense. So let's get a little bit weird. What if we did that Sailor Moore that's almost green? Like it's gold, but it's also green, but it's also a little bit pink. Just right in the inner corner, right? I think that could be super fun. Let's go ahead and do that. I've got this kind of fluffy brush, so I think I'm going to spray this because I think I want this to kind of stay contained. And then we'll do like a onto the lower lash line a little bit right next to that red shade. That's kind of pretty. It does sheer out quite a bit. So we're not getting like an obnoxious pop of color, but I think that's kind of fun. And it gives a little bit of that gold too that's going to be in that gold dress. So I think that. I did shave my eyebrows. Yes, I shave off my eyebrows. I wear big chunky glasses, and so most of the time people can't even tell if I have eyebrows or not. And then, so I shave off my eyebrows all the time. And then when I do drag, because normally I would have to cover them up because I always paint them higher than where they would grow on my face. And so I don't care about having eyebrows. And so I have been shaving off my eyebrows for years now, probably about a decade, at least a decade. I just got tired of having to do the cover up. And I was like, you know what? It's not something I really value in my personal routine, having eyebrows. So that's kind of fun. And then as I turn, there's a little bit more of that flash. It looks like the beginning of a butterfly. Thank you. Yeah. So we've got this pop of color could even have more color. I do like it, but it could be even more. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit into the. There we go. I think that's pretty. Hello, Tina. Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. I love that. Let's see. Is there anything? You know what I'm tempted by? You know what I'm tempted by? Can we talk about this shade right here, High Energy, which is like a lavender purple, but it's got a ton of like blue flash. Where could we put that? Although this is very like gold. I do like the gold that I'm getting from those two shimmers mixing from the inner corner. Where would this go? What the hell are you wearing? Stop dressing like me. Do you also have this lovely Sesame Street nightgown? This is my little night shirt. They wouldn't call it a nightgown because this did come from like a man's clothing from King Size Direct. Because when you are plus size, they love to give you very classily named places to order your clothes from. So this is from King Size Direct. I'm actually going to go into Radon, which is this shade, and I'm going to put a little bit of that in there with the gold. I do like the gold, and I like that effect, but I want a little bit more color to it. So I just want more brightness. I'm hoping this will give it a little bit more. Yeah, that gives it a little bit of something. But I'm even going to spray it. I mean, a lot of these are meant to be like topper shades, so I don't know why I'm surprised that it's not just giving me like the biggest boom, boom, pow here in the inner corner, but it's giving me the glitter. I just feel like I want more. That helps it. Yeah, that helps it show up a little bit more. When you read this comment, you'll forget you were gay. What? What am I doing here? I should get back to my construction business. Guns, America. Good job, Uptown. You did it. You cured me. Girl. I don't know what kind of trickery you thought you were up to, but it did not work. You have a nightshirt of Elmo? I love it. I think this is so cute. I love a flannel nightshirt. I love it. It's so comfy. I'm one of those people, like especially in hotel rooms, I have to have the air conditioning on so high because I want to be in a flannel. It's the dead of summer. It's August. I still want to be in a flannel nightshirt. I want to be under the covers, and so I have to turn the AC like way, way up. Where are we at for time? What time is it? 6:36. Okay, I just have to be there by 7:45. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 9. I just have to be to the backstage area by 7:45. So I have about an hour. So, and I can, if I'm running behind, I can do my nails down there. Um, let's see. I have a night shirt. I wear mine out. I love it. What's wrong with construction? Nothing's wrong with construction, but I mean, look at, check the material. I'm not doing construction. But that was, they were trying to make me forget I was gay. And so I was trying to think of like, what would a butch straight man do if he suddenly just like woke up and wasn't gay anymore? He would go and do construction. It's not all a judgment, Raptor. Just because we make a joke doesn't mean we're like making a judgment against something. We're just being fun. Although Steve is not being fun. So Steve Lawson can go. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. Because even the bad trolls, if they behave and if they are here and they'll be respectful and they'll be nice, they can stay. But if people are going to, wait a minute, why is he still here? Oh, there it is. It just took, there's a delay. We do not need a cure for being gay. Be gone with the negative vibes. I know, Amanda, I wasn't saying that. Somebody else left me a comment saying that once I read the comment, I would forget that I was gay. Maybe not a cure, but they were like, you'll forget, as if I would just be like, what am I doing here with this flawless eye look? Like what's happening? We absolutely do not need a cure. There is no cure. It's just like biology. It's just what it is. Um, yeah, there. That's the trouble when you do vertical lives like this. YouTube will like put it out to a wider array of people. It's easier for randos to find it, which is great because then we get new people like Natalie, who stopped in tonight, who is fabulous. But we also get new people who are not so fabulous, and they sometimes leave nasty, hateful comments. But if they can decide that they're going to behave, they can stay because we're a nice, chill, fun group of people. And if they just decide that that's too hard for them, being nice and respectful and kind, then they can just go. That's fine. They can go. They can be blocked or they can take themselves out. You know, we always love it when the trash takes itself out, but sometimes we have to help it along. So either way, like if they just are not going to be nice, then they have to go. But if they can be nice and respectful and be part of the chat, then they are welcome to stay. Painting my little glass lashes. Let's see. I read it as well. Yeah. I have no idea how I got here, but slay with that sugar. Well, thank you, A Cosmic Horizon. Thank you. We appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe and stick around. Ain't the gay guys the best stylist already? Please stay out of construction. I got pets to feed. If you do construction, you are welcome to it. You do not have to worry. I am not. I'm not built like that. I don't know how to do construction. I can barely put together IKEA furniture. So more power to you. I will. You'll certainly not be losing any jobs to me. Not in my skill set. There we go. Another quick coat of mascara. There we go. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, Steve is probably constipated and angry at the world. Yeah, we get people who stop in that are just clearly not having a good time in their life. Now, I did bring some Blend Bunny lashes, which are always my favorite. Although there is a beauty supply store in the mall here in Minot, and I did get these ridiculously long lashes. They're called Magic. But you know what? Because I was bringing ones that I already used, I didn't bring my scissors to trim the edges. So we'll save these for another time. We'll do these lashes another time because I've got these and these are pre-trimmed. Oh, and I almost, if you saw my live where I packed up, I almost brought the little scissors. And then I was like, I'm using lashes I've already used. I don't need the scissor. If I'd have brought it, I could. I always forget that there's a beauty supply store right in the mall here. And so I did not. Where is my eyelash glue? Here it is. Okay. So here's the look. It's pretty good. I'm gonna see this black is kind of sticking up a little bit awkwardly, but once I glue the lashes on, sometimes it'll be enough to kind of mask it. But if we need to do any changes, we'll do it after we glue the lashes on. Because sometimes I'll fiddle with it for ages, and then I'll put the lashes on, and you don't even see it anyway. So I have learned to not worry about it until after we've already got the lashes put on. Let me go ahead and put some glow. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Let's put some glue on the lashes. These are discontinued, unfortunately. These are from Blend Bunny. I think they have one style of lashes currently on their website. The Blend Bunny lashes are so good, and I wish they would bring them back. I really, really do. Thank you for doing your makeup before you have to leave. Well, thank you, Tina. And actually, what I love about this is the hotel is attached to the mall, and the ballroom where we have our show is right in the hallway in between the hotel and the mall. So I don't even have to leave the building. I love that. I love that. When I don't have to actually go outside and like interact with nature in August. Although today was not a bad day. It was not super hot. The weather here was actually like 75, 80. So it wasn't terrible. But once you get all the drag and everything on, even that starts to feel a little bit hot. I'm gonna get out my. I did order a new palette from Glisten, a new eyeliner palette, like eyebrow palette, but it has not come yet. So let me fire this up. I'm gonna do just a brown eyebrow. So we're gonna put some Krylon mixing medium in there, and we're just going to draw some brow shapes on. Yeah, it was nice to get to spend some time with Mama Champagne. She's not coming to the show tonight. She has some issues with her back right now that she is working through. And so, like the long car trip and sitting in the hard chairs at the show just was not going to be a good fit. Otherwise, she would have come to the show tonight. But we got to visit last night, and then I'm going back home. I actually took Monday off, so tomorrow when I check out of the hotel, I'm going to drive back home to Bobel's, and then we're going to spend another day, and then I will go home on Monday. Hope, hi Autobody. We like Hope. That's a good idea. Cheese. What do I think about trans people? I mean, generally, I like them. I don't. I mean, trans people are kind of like other people. When it's just like the idea of the general public, like I don't necessarily want to be around a lot of people ever in my life. But I do generally like trans people. I mean, I'm kind of under the trans umbrella somewhere. I am non binary, non gender conforming. I sometimes think that my personal gender identity is lazy gender anarchist. But yeah, I like trans people. I have a niece who is trans, and I have lots of friends who are trans, and I generally like them. I mean, but I like them. I don't like them because they're trans. They are trans people that I like. In the world, there's people I like, there's people I don't like, there's people I'm indifferent to, and trans people are like other people in that I enjoy them. Do we need to be protecting our trans brothers and sisters and siblings? Yes, absolutely, we do. Um, yeah, just kind of in a general way, I like them. Oh, I started to hold this up like it had a mirror on it, and then was confused. Okay, here's where we draw on the eyebrows. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, let's go right here. Oh, yeah, it's a good thing I ordered that palette. These cake liners are like down to the nubbins. Like they are the colors that I use all the time are getting really kind of watered down and washed out. And I'm gonna put powder over it too, but Love it. Again, I need to remember that I also need to stop until I have the powder on. The powder is what kind of does it. It's what finishes it all off. So this shape is fine. Okay, now we have to make a second one and we have to try to make it match. Oh, except now I'm like, there we go. That's not bad. That's a fairly good shape. Freestyling brows is a level of current. Well, it always goes really well. The first, usually, this one was a little bit more struggle, but usually the first one I'm like, lovely. And then the second one goes on, and I'm like, well, either of those eyebrows would be great by themselves. Together as a pair, not so much. Not so much. So let's go ahead and try to get something remotely similar on the other side. This brown is just not wanting to be pigmented today. I think this brown really is like at the bottom. I think I don't have enough of the product here. Okay. Look at how patchy that is. See how like either of them would be a fine brow, but you're like, did they go together? Are they meant to go together? Is that the plan? Like, I had a friend who used to say that eyebrows are sisters, not twins. And I'm like, these aren't even cousins. These bitches went to the same school and did not like each other. That's what's happening. Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, this eyebrow goo is like super goopy and is not wanting to stick down. Almost ordered it in time. Almost ordered what, Janet? What did you order? Or didn't order because it wasn't in time? It might be a different, it might be related to a previous comment that I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah. See, this brow is always the. Oh, although it's a little messy, but I finally got some body to it. There we go. That'll do. These will do as bases. So let me let those dry. Let me get to putting on these eyelashes. Okay, here's where I need to. Monster, starring Charlize Theron. I do love that movie. She won an Oscar. I don't know that it's not my favorite Charlize Theron movie, but I do like it. Oh God. Okay. Trying to hold the mirror, and I'm trying to put this on. I might end up. Please tell me why you picked brown, please. Just sometimes if I know I'm gonna put a lot of shadow over it, I'll just pick like a brown as an easy base to do, because I'm gonna put shadow over it. So don't worry. I know it's looking a little crazy right now, but we will be fixing that. I'm just letting it dry while I try to wrangle these lashes. There we go. Yeah, see, I don't see how there's like that little hump there. I might blend it a little bit, but um, it's not. Are these? Yeah, okay, that's kind of sticking. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so the brown, the color will definitely change. So don't worry. Yeah, the brown, the color looks crazy. That was a good movie. Yeah, I did like the movie Monster. I thought it was great. You're not giving yourself enough credit. A little finessing and those will be fab. I did hold my breath watching you do that. Yeah, the second one is always where we just like we let go and we let God. We just like try to figure it out as best we can. Um, but once we get the powder on, it kind of like blends in and you don't really notice. I just have to get them like close enough for government work. And then are you stuck there? Are you sticking? What's going on? Sometimes the lashes, they feel like they're stuck and they're not, and then they want to jump off a little later. That's sitting weird. I don't love that. Let's see if we can. Okay, stick back down, and then you go there. There we go. That's a little better. Um, Hello, Neon Jimmy. Hello, Enskikidi. Hello, Queen Bee. That's beautiful. Thank you. Neon Jimmy, I bet you're a comedian because it's so funny. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Yeah, so we'll let those kind of like sit and adjust. Now we'll go back to the brows. Hello, Panna Z. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Queen Bee. Yeah, so we're gonna do a little bit of, let me get kind of a smaller brush, a little pencil brush, and we're gonna go into, let's red these up a little bit. So let's go ahead and go into Passion. This is from the Salem Moore palette. And we're gonna go, I'm just gonna use this little pencil brush so I can kind of, I'm not gonna go all the way to the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in. And I wanna use a shimmer because I do want that brownish base to be there. And then it'll just have that red that goes over it. And see how it kind of, it still gives us that sort of brown base, but then it's got a lot more red to it. So we're gonna go most of the way down, but I love an ombre shimmer brow, so we're gonna add another color. Dude has 27 in their username. That's a kid. Yeah. This one is from, this is a Melt Cosmetics brush. When they did that, was it Amor y Mariposa? The like butterfly collection. I think it was a holiday collection. They had this collection of brushes. And so it's just a little pencil brush. Sometimes I'll do like an angled eyeliner brush. And we'll just kind of paint that red on there. There we go. It's looking so much better. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, that brown, I'm with you. That brown was a little bit crazy, but then once we start getting the color into it, now we're going to add a little bit of, nope, where's radioactive? Radioactive. So we're going to do a little bit of, bye, love. I'll check with you next live. Have fun tonight. I have unexpected company. Well, have fun, Natalie. Thank you very much. We appreciated you stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you again. I'm going to go into Electro Love. We're going to do that one, and then we're going to do that over just kind of the front part of the brow. So we're going to go into this part and then bring it a little bit. It's another shimmer like that other one, but it's going to have a little bit more. See how that's like a subtler shimmer, and then you get here and it's a little bit more bam bam. We definitely want that, and so I'm going to do a little bit of that here as well. And then because this is pink and red popping together, I'm going to go into Gamma Ray, which is that pink one. And I'm going to do that on the very front of the brow, and I'm going to blend that into the red. And that's going to give us some pink and some gold. Look at that. Oh, I love an ombre brow. It's looking very gold. It's giving us a lot of that gold. Let me just kind of finger blend that a little. There. Look at that. That's what we love. Okay. And then we have. Ooh, and I love that it's kind of blending with that red and giving it almost like an orange from certain angles. Love it. Okay. So yeah, once you get the shadow on there, you don't even really notice it. And that's actually, let me clean this off. Maybe that's what I'll do. Is let's do that shade High Energy with the blue. I'm gonna do an underbrow highlight back here towards the arch. I'm gonna do just a little bit of this. I think that'll give us a nice contrast. Just a little, oh, I love that. Andrew Costern, you a dude. Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you, do you also go around just like stating the obvious everywhere you go, or do you just save that for when you're on YouTube? Oh, that's the wrong color. And then I put the wrong color on there. I put that gamma ray, which is the pink gold, which is beautiful, but we want that little contrast. So let's cover that up. Let's go a little bit of that. There. Yeah, it gives us a nice little. I need to go a little bit further with this one as well. Just to kind of blend next to that black. Nope, I am blunt. Okay. I mean, I think if you think you're giving us information we didn't have before, it's like a peekaboo. Yeah, I love just a little. There's that little. I'm not getting as much of the blue on this side. Just a little bit more. Probably because I accidentally hit it with that pink first. So that, yeah, there we go. So there is the eye look done. Let's go ahead and do some cheeks. Where are we at? We are at 7 o'clock. Okay. So let's do a little bit of. Actually, before we get into the cheek, I'm going to do a little bit of this hourglass finishing powder in Infinity powder, I think. I'm going to do it on the kind of cheeks into the contour, just to kind of set all this down a little bit and make sure we have a nice, smooth, airbrushed kind of surface where the concealer was. We might have to put a little bit more concealer just because we have a little bit of fallout that kind of mixed in there that I didn't look out for, but we'll see. We'll see. I can probably highlight over that as well, but I just want to make sure the cheeks are kind of set down. We know what they're doing. We know what they're up to. Smooth them out. Go under the nose, on the nose, up here onto the forehead. There we go. Okay, let's do a little bit of blush. I don't wear blush. I wear 6 blushes. Let's start with the Jaclyn Cosmetics, RIP. This is the Rouge Romance palette. And I'm going to go into Living Lavish, which is this kind of bricky red. And I'm going to just gonna put that up here, kind of far back on the cheek into that contour. Oh, this is pretty. And with that finishing powder, it just gives it that little bit of shine. Oh, I love this. These Jaclyn blushes, I'm so sad. I know people don't like Jaclyn Hill. They've got all kinds of feelings about her. Her makeup brand, a lot of it was really, really good. And these blushes are absolutely some of the best. Like her powder blushes. I didn't love her cream blushes. I didn't love the loose powder blushes, but her like pressed powder blushes are still staples in my collection. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, so good. So good. Gorgeous eyebrows. Thank you. We just finished up the eyebrows. Hello, Otto. Hello, Jeha. Is that my friend Jen? Jen Jaha? Probably not. But I like the name. It reminded me of her. All right. So there is a little bit of red to start it. Hello. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to subscribe and stick around. We do lots of fun hangouts here. I'm going to go into Dainty, just like me. Going to do a little bit Dainty. Thank you, Cheese. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of Dainty. We're going to put that. Look at these blushes. They just, look at how they blend. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These are just so good. Thank you, Jayha. I appreciate that. I love a red pink look together. I'm here for it. I always bring like 1,000 blushes, and then am I just gonna stay in this Jacqueline palette because I love it? So pretty. A little bit on the nose. I know that like the blushy nose, highlighted nose is kind of like out, but I still love it. I still love it. We'll put highlighter on the nose too. I always start with blush, but okay, so there's some pink blush. Now I need a lighter pink. Let's do, there's a lighter pink in here. Let me do a little bit of fantasy. Let me put some of that over top of this. This has got kind of like a blue tone to it. So this is probably going to, if I put it on the apples of the cheek, ooh, that's got a nice shine to it too. I brought all these other blushes and they're just gonna get zero love. I do love them, but this palette is everything I need. Everything I need. Another thing that's helping this, I think, is putting that hourglass powder on. If you want your blushes, if you've got kind of matte blushes or even with just like a little bit of shine, if you put on like a shimmer setting powder, finishing powder before you put on your blushes, it will help your blushes like glow even more. I love it. Even though it's underneath, it'll like mix in with the blush as you put it on. You're so pretty. Thank you, Fem the Weirdo. Fern the Weirdo. Sorry, I said that wrong. Hello, Fern the Weirdo. I love that. Thank you. Looking gorgeous. Thank you, Blink. 35547. Oh, got a dude. Got it. You've got a dude? You've got a dude there with you? I mean, feel free to do whatever you're gonna do with your dude. You don't have to watch me put on makeup. Like, have your sexy time. That's fine with me. Me next. Yeah, I'm not very good at putting makeup on other people. It took me a long time to figure out the planes of my face, and I wish I were better at putting makeup on to other people. I'm not. Okay, so we've got that down. Now I'm going to do a second round of that finishing powder, but I'm going to do it with a smaller brush. Hello, I just want to let you know you matter to someone. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Feel free to subscribe. We love the positivity. The people who come in and are positive and are fun, we would love for you to stick around. We have a fun little chat community. My friend Dion does a lot of lives. I do a lot of lives. And we just like to hang out and have chill vibes and just have a positive place on the internet. So, yeah, we're just going to kind of go over that. Oh, look at that cheek. Look at that cheek. I love it. Stunning. Never seen eyebrows like that. So, well, thank you. I do cake liner and then I do powder on top of the cake liner. Tell us about the show tonight. So it's Y2GAY. It is the Minot. It's Magic City Equality is the group, and it is their Pride show. And we are doing Millennial Madness. We're doing songs from 1989 to 2010. I am doing a little bit of Madonna. I'm doing a little bit of Katy Perry. And I'm doing a signature Pride number. The song came out in 2000, so it fits within the time. And I have been doing this number for ages. I haven't busted it out in a little while, so I'm glad to be bringing it back. But it was featured in Queer as Folk. It's a little song called Proud by Heather Small. I love it. It's so good. All right, so there is the cheek. I think we're good with the cheek right now. Let's do some highlighter. Now, before I get into the powder highlighters, I do want to. I've got this little highlighter stick. This is from REM Beauty. This is their Glinda, the Wicked for Good collection, the Glinda colors. And so I think I want to just try to tap a little bit of this onto the cheek. I've been struggling with this little stick, so I'm trying to make it work better. And so I figure if I put a little bit of this down first, and I've already got a lot of powder on the cheek, powder and cream can sometimes kind of work against each other. But if I just kind of put it on there lightly, then let me go ahead and some dudes are at the gym. Some dudes are spending time with their families. Some dudes are doing this. Hello, not Jay. Well, dudes are doing all kinds of things. All kinds of people are doing all kinds of things. That is true. some dudes are on the internet harassing people they don't know. So I mean, people are doing all kinds of things with their time. You are correct. What era of Madonna? I know she's been many things. It's from 1989. I'm doing "Express Yourself." I love that one. I love a good empowerment anthem, so I love me some "Express Yourself." And so, oh wow, okay. Oh, that's a highlighter. That's a highlighter. Um, this is from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is their dragon highlighter, the Celestial Lights. What am I doing? And so we did a little bit of this one. Does it have a name? Dancing Lights. And it stuck right to that Glinda highlighter and was just like, we live here forever now, which is fine with me. I do love that it gives me a very highlighty, beautiful. Go up there. Yeah, we'll blend it onto the outside of the eyeshadow just to kind of soften that moment. That's a pretty highlighter. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm gonna bring that onto the cheek. There we go. Pretty. Okay. I think that's enough. I have other highlighters. I have other things. Although actually, I'm never done. I don't wear blushes. I wear 6 blushes. This is the Glamlight Pina Colada. I do want to put a little bit of this in here as well, just to maybe add a little sense of a little bit of gold. It's not, it's kind of blending in. It is giving it a little bit of a champagne. There we go. Yeah, some people don't wear as much highlighter as I do, Stormy. That's absolutely fine. People should wear it at whatever comfort level they have, or some people don't wear makeup, and that's fine too. Some people like a lot of makeup. Some people wear more makeup than I do. We're all different people. Let me go ahead and do my little beauty mark. And yeah, so I definitely, if you don't want this much highlighter, don't put the cream on and then go on immediately with that highlighter, because you're going to get a lot. It's going to, oh God, I caught it in the mirror. It's so good. It's so good. And we're going to do my little star beauty mark, and it's got a little, I have textured skin, so I'm going to use the like eyeliner side. And I'm just gonna, there we go. Now, before I do the lips, I'm going to give myself a spritz down. This is the new Too Faced. If you were in love with their peaches and cream setting spray, this is not the same. It's still good, but it's definitely not the same. I'm going to do a little bit of that. My eyelash glue is sticking to my eye. There we go. There we go. Now we just need lips, and then we'll be good to go. So let me grab. I did bring, let's see, I've got 2 liners here. I've got this one from the bubblegum set. That's a nice brown. And then I brought this one, is also a nice brown. This one's a little lighter. Let's go with the one from bubblegum. I'm so sorry. I said this earlier, but if you missed it, if you keep hearing the toilet in the background, I'm at a hotel. The toilet just runs. It's been doing it all day, and it just must have a leak or something. And so it loses a bit of water. It runs for a second. It loses a bit of water. It's a thing. So I apologize if you hear that over and over and over again in the background. But it is. Where did you say the star stamp is from? What brand? I'm obsessed with that. So I used to have one from ColourPop that dried out, and they don't sell them anymore. But they do have one in there, because I had one that was just the star, and then ColourPop now has one that's a star and a liner. So that's available on ColourPop. This is one I got on Amazon. This is EVPCT. It's some brand just from China. So the brand name is EVPCT. But there's a few different brands. Glisten Cosmetics has star stampers that have a liner on the other end. But yeah, I've been loving. I always did like a beauty mark, but I love having the little star beauty mark. I think it's so cute. Do you ever just look in the mirror and say to yourself, "Wow, I look good"? Sometimes after it's all put together, I have a hard time like seeing the whole vision until I like. Now I'm starting to get it. Like, but once I get a wig on and I have the whole thing on, sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm just like, "She's got it. She's got it." This cheek is sending me like there's parts of it that I look at it and I'm just like, "We hit with that." But for me, sometimes it's hard to really see the whole glamour moment of it all until I have everything together. But thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. Reminds me of Erin Parsons. I love Erin Parsons. She's so lovely. Okay, let's do some lips. I always try to talk while I'm doing lips, and I need to not do that. There we go. Just kind of a nice dark line. Let's see. Where's it? Help! I'm telling you, damn, you look good. Well, thank you, Tina. I appreciate that very much. I do. Absolutely. This is the Trixie. This is the soft serve. This is the strawberry one. Thank you, cheese, as well. I'm going to fill this in. I'm interested to see how this mixes because this is like it's like a lip stain product. So it's like a glossy liquid lipstick that's also a stain. See, I keep talking when I'm doing this. There we go. See, now we got the lips on. Now I'm like, okay, she's coming together. She's coming together. Thank you, Janet. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I think I'm gonna try to wipe it off so that I get the stain and just see how it looks. I do kind of just like that. I was gonna do maybe like a gloss over it, but oh, actually, I do kind of want to do. Let's see. Let me take their little notebook because I have these Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks. I love these. Hello, Mama Champagne. Yes, I'm still live. We are just getting close to finishing up the look. So it gives us a little bit of that pink stain. I love things that are stains. I love like liquid lipsticks because then even if some of it comes off, you've got like a base. So that gives me a nice pink. And then I'm going to go over it with this like purpley glitter. I think that'll give us a fun kind of color. And these, if you haven't smelled the Fenty lip products, any of their like lipsticks, the Gloss Bomb sticks especially, have this beautiful cherry candy smell. Yeah, it's subtle enough. It doesn't make it super purple, but it just gives it that like kind of bluish sort of color. I do feel like I'm losing the lip line a little bit. Ah, the corner of the mouth is always a challenge. Yeah, I think the Fenty just gives it some glitter. It gives it a little bit of a bluish tinge. because I love that this is pink and red together because the eyes, the red really kind of takes over. So I love that it's got that pink on the inside, and then we've got the pink blush, and we've got the pinky lip with a little bit of purple to kind of make it so it's not just all one note. There's still, it's a very pink purple, but it's like, it's got some dynamicness to it. Dynamicness, is that a word? And I'm almost out of, I'm out of soda now. I'm sad about this. All right. That is the look. What time is it? It is 7:16. I have a half hour to get my body on and get down to the backstage area. So I will post pics. If you follow me on TikTok, I'm sure you'll see TikToks in this look. But yeah, so this is the look. Thanks to Mama Champagne for popping in at the end. I was telling them about how we had a little visit last night, and I'm going to come back to visit tomorrow. So I hope everybody's having a lovely night. Let's see if I remember my outro. If you are here in the chat, I would love it if you would circle back around, leave a comment down below, help me feed the beast, help me feed that algorithm. And replay crew, we know that you rock. So leave your thoughts down below. Thank you, Desi Princess. I am a baddie. Thank you. I appreciate that. And so definitely leave your thoughts down below, replay crew. While you are down there, don't forget that you can give me that thumbs up to tell me that you appreciated this video. If you are like, girl, why are you doing red and pink together? This isn't Valentine's Day. This is summer. You're supposed to do summer colors. Go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. Pretty girl. While you are down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, become part of the family, and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified every time I do an upload. I try really hard to make sure I have at least one video or live per week. And if you are lucky, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, pride-orific. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website. Just pretend it's there, The World of Champagne at JanessaJ.com. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see, we got a burst of comments. Desi said, baddie, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Have a fabulous night. Hang out tonight made my career a little hard. I'm so glad. Definitely hang around, subscribe. We do these hangouts a lot. Beautiful drag queen, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you like big ones in your balloon knot? That was a choice for how to describe that. I'll let you subscribe to my OnlyFans to find out more. Bye, Janet. Bye, Cheese. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. And until I see you again.